Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be comparing the Plouise Base and the Anastasia Base. Plouise Base is in Rumour 1 and the Anastasia Base, I don't think they have any more shades, but they just sent me this with the Norvina palette, so that was really nice. It's just the sample size. So I'm going to be testing them out. We're going to see if there's actually any difference between them. I'm going to be doing regular check-ins with you guys and seeing if there's any actual difference in like how they look. I've done exactly the same makeup look as you can see. I'm just going to use Plouise how I'd apply it usually, and then the same with the ABH one just to see if there's any comparison, because then that's like a fair contest if I apply them exactly the same as I usually would. So I'm going to show you me applying them now, and yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the Plouise Base first on this eye, and then the ABH Base on this eye, and just see the difference really. And I'm just going to apply my normal amount of Plouise Base. Plouise is what I use on a daily, so I haven't tried the ABH Base before, so this is going to be really new to me. I think I put a little bit too much on because usually I spread them between both eyes, but obviously now I can only use them for one eye. Pat, 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 pat. So I'm going to go in with the ABH Base now. I've never actually used this before, so I'm really excited. Okay, so I did get sent this with the Norvina palette. Oh, it's more runny, I noticed straight off the bat, than Plouise's, and it has a more thin consistency. It's not as thick at all. I don't know how much to put on of this, so I used literally like the tiniest bit, like not even a pea-sized drop. Now the price difference obviously is extortionate because Plouise's is like, I think it's like £10 and Anastasia's is like 20 something. So that is, they look very similar to be honest. Like obviously I put a little bit too much of Plouise on. I'm just going to go in with how I would usually on normal eyeshadow. That's dried down well fast, oh my god. Okay, so I'm going to have to go in on the Anastasia eye first. I don't know how much difference there is, like obviously slight coloration difference. I'd say this covered more, Anastasia's covered more of my discoloration on my eyes, whereas this hasn't, Plouise's. So I'm just going to go in with my normal everyday palette, which is the Colourpop. Oh, I'm not used to this. The Colourpop California Love palette. Now this is nowhere near as tacky as the Plouise Base, which I don't mean tacky as in cheap, I mean tacky as in like sticky. So I'm just going to do a simple look so you guys can sort of see if there's any difference. Doing this eye first because I know with the Plouise's you can put some more on and you're good to go. So I'm just doing a simple sort of smoky brown sort of look, just like an everyday sort of look. Wow, this is actually quite easy to work with, very smooth. It doesn't actually flare up any texture. So I'm just going to do like a simple sort of, I'll do a shimmer on the lid and just see how that works with it as well. And I'm going to do exactly the same look in here. So I'm just going to take Gold Rush, which is a little bit of like a rustic red just for the outside, and see how this blends in. I'm just doing it all on the same brush because I'm really lazy, by the way. Now the Anastasia Base works very different by the looks of it than Plouise's, because I feel like Plouise's kind of mixes almost with the shadow, which makes it a bit different to work with. Now I put way too much of this on because usually I'm used to like patting it and sticking it, and I don't know, I'll show you guys in a second what I'm used to doing. Now I'm going to be done for mattes on this side, so I'm just going to do the Plouise side now. So as you can see, it started to crease a little bit, so I'm just going to work it in usually would, and as you can see I'm having to pick up a bit more product because it is like, you can sort of see my lid moving with it. It's quite sticky compared to the Anastasia Base. I am impressed with the Anastasia Base though, not gonna lie, but the price point is just a bit like off-putting, if you know what I mean. So I'm just gonna do the exactly same look on this eye. I'm so used to working with Plouise though, so it's really nice to try something a bit different. I do love the Plouise products though, they are very unique I find. Like she always releases really good products that like aren't really on the market, which is really cool. I really like that. And now I'm gonna go in with a darker colour just to bring that up. It does look very similar to be fair though, but there isn't that much difference. So what I'm gonna do guys is once I've got this look completed, I'm gonna do like check-ins. Okay, So I'm just going to put a lid shade on. I'm going to go in with Diego and just put that all over the lid. Now I always use my finger to do the shimmers because very rarely do I find shimmers that pick up nicely on brushes for me. Like, I just prefer my finger because it looks so much better. And then on the Anastasia side, okay, so I'm just gonna neaten that up. Okay, so this is what we are looking like, guys. As you can see, there's not a lot of difference, to be honest with you. It's just mainly how the shadow works with it, like how much shadow I used and how they blended. Like, this dried down a lot quicker, but I don't know if it's just because I put a little bit too much Plouise on, because I'm used to just wiping it off when I put it on the other, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm really not sure which I prefer. I'm just gonna finish my makeup and then I'll be back, so bear with me. Okay, so I'm back and my eyes are done. Straight off the bat, I know you can't really see it on camera, but I did notice, let's not talk about the wing, we're having a bad eyeliner day, but straight off the bat I did notice this side, which is the ABH side, didn't look as pigmented, as it were, with the shimmers as this eye here. I don't know why that is. Like, this one looks more foiled and this one just looks like a softer shimmer. I'm not sure if that's like me just applying a lot more Plouise accidentally to it than what I usually would, but yeah, so that might be the issue. I don't know if it is or not. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what my eyes look like. I think they both applied really nice, to be honest, and quite easy as well. Like, I found the ABH primer quite easy to apply. So yeah, I'm going to be doing some check-ins with you guys throughout the day, and then we will see what they are looking like. So I will see you in a bit, guys. Okay guys, I'm back and I want to just see if I can compare the eyeshadow, if it wants to focus. It doesn't look too bad. It actually looks quite similar, which is surprising. I thought one would be noticeably different or noticeably better, because obviously the price point's very different. So I thought maybe the Anastasia one would be better in some sort of way, but honestly, I don't think there's much difference. Still, I see the Plouise side looks more sparkly with the shimmer that I put on. This, I don't know why it looks different, because I literally put it on top of matte shadow and used the same amount of product, so I'm ever so confused why it looks different, just the shimmers, but the mattes look the same. They still look really nice and popping, so I'm quite liking that. So I'll give it a few more hours, but so far so good. They've literally performed pretty much the same, to be honest. The only actual difference I've noticed is the application. So we'll give it a few more hours and see how I get on. I'm gonna zoom right in so you guys can see. This is the Anastasia side and this is the Plouise side. Can you see what I mean by the shimmer? It looks kind of different. Like, this Plouise side is way more sparkly. So yeah, Plouise side, ABH side. Let me know what you guys prefer, like which primer have you preferred. Have you tried one of these, or do you use concealer as your eyeshadow base? Really like to know. I've never really used concealer. I've always had like a eyeshadow base because I used Urban Decay before this. Plouise was my holy grail, but I think I'm gonna give Anastasia a first shot and just see like what their hype is about, because a lot of people were saying they did like the Anastasia one. So far I'm loving them both. I do like my Plouise one a little bit better still, because the shimmer shows up more pigmented on that, but obviously it's just going to be trial and error with different shadows, so we will see. So I'm going to give it a few more hours and then I'll do my final check-in with you guys and give you my final thoughts on how I think the eye primer has performed, and you guys can tell me which one you prefer, like which side, and yeah, so I'll see you in a few hours, guys. Okay, so it's like midnight here and my eye makeup actually still looks really flawless, not gonna lie. Let me zoom you guys in. So I didn't wear lashes today, and as you can see my eyelashes are like tiny, but yeah, it looks absolutely stunning still as up the liner, because we had a bit of a bad eyeliner day and there has been some shadow transfer, but that is not the primer's fault at all. So yeah, overall both sides look really good. I really like how they are. This obviously looks a bit less shimmer than this side still. I'm not sure why that is, maybe it's just the lighting, but I don't know. But yeah, apart from that, I don't really see any major differences, just with the application process. But this was a lot quicker to like dry down and start putting shadow on. It just took a little bit of time for me to adjust, because obviously I've never used the ABH primer before. The first time was a bit different when you've been used to the Plouise one, where it's more like a sticky tacky base. So but apart from that, they're looking really nice. I think I still overall prefer the Plouise one, just because I'm used to working with it and because I'm used to how it's tacky and how the shadows work with it and stick with it. Like I think that's why my shimmer on this one has lasted a bit longer, because it's made it stick more. I don't know if that's just because I put a bit more on, but I didn't really know how much of the ABH primer to put on. Overall, they actually both look really good. I'm really surprised. I thought there would be a bit more of a difference because obviously the price is very different. Like one's high end and one's like a decent price, to be fair. Like Plouise's price is amazing, so I'll definitely be continuing to use them both, and I will keep you guys updated if I find any more differences besides the application. But they have made my shadow last all day. There's literally no creasing, as you guys can see. Oh, they're starting to crease a little bit on the ABH side. Yeah, there's a tiny bit as well on the Plouise side, so there is a tiny bit of creasing, but nothing major, like nothing noticeable. Like my makeup's been on for about 10.5 hours now, and it's actually lasted really well. So I'm overall really impressed with the primers. I'm going to continue to test the ABH one because I haven't really gave it a first shot. This is like literally just the first time I've used it, so I've only tried it with one palette. I want to see what it works like with different eyeshadow formulas. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I will probably be doing another video using the ABH primer for a look and seeing how that looks like with a different palette and probably a different brand as well, because I've tried Colourpop and this is with the California Love palette, as you guys saw earlier. So I do want to test it with different brands and different formulas, such as the Super Shock shadows, ABH products, because I should actually probably have used it with that, Plouise products as well, the palette. So we will see how that holds up and see if there's any difference there. But I just literally did how I would do my makeup every single day, and because I wanted to be like quite fair, because I obviously used to do my makeup every day, and I wanted to see if there would be any difference with the eyeshadow that I do. I think they both held the pigment up beautifully, and I think they are really long-lasting primers for your eyeshadow. I used to use the Urban Decay primer potion, but it's nowhere near as good as the Plouise Base in my opinion. Like it does the job, it holds your shadow up for the whole day. But yeah, 10.5 hours later and there's literally minimal creasing, which is what I'd expect. I don't think it could do any better than this, to be fair, after this amount of time. So I'm generally really impressed with it. I'm still going to be using the Plouise Base because I'm obsessed. I have like all the different colours. If you guys want to see that, by the way, let me know, because I really love doing looks with the paints that she's just come out with and also the coloured bases. So yeah, so let me know what you guys thought down below. Which one do you prefer? Like which eye? I've showed you the up close. Personally, my favourite is still Plouise. Unmatched for me, honestly. How the shimmers pop on it is just next level. Honestly, if you just like looking at my eyes, literally just like a quick glance, you won't see any difference, to be honest. I'm just very critical of how my eye makeup looks. So I can't wait to hear you guys' opinions on this. Which one do you prefer and why? Let me know down below. I'm really interested to see what everybody's favourites are. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!